So today I have two mowers here, both basically identical Craftsman 22-inch push mowers with side discharge, and one has been one has not been touched in terms of restored, uh, kind of as is, and the other one has been restored. So let's take a look and see if you can guess which one is which. So they're basically the same. And number one here, number two here with the red cover. And so take your guess, and I'm going to show you the restoration process to get to this point. So hope you enjoy the video. Okay guys, so this part is the sanding of the deck. There's no real rot in here, but there is a lot of paint that's kind of bubbling up here. So I'm giving this a repaint. So I'm going to do sand this down, give it a primer, repaint it up. This one wheel here needs a little alignment. This plate's bent, so I'm gonna have to take this off anyway to straighten that out. So I think I'm gonna take this whole plate off so I can get in there and sand around that. I mean, I could take the motor off, the rest of the wheels, but you know, I'm trying to do this, I guess, cost effectively or whatever, without spending a whole amount of time on it. So deck itself though is in, you know, good condition. There's no rot, like I said. It just needs, you know, some cosmetic work to it. So I took this wheel off, and then I'm gonna hit it with some primer here. Okay, so we got our quickie primer coat on here. Actually just brushed this on. This was from a rattle can that actually clogged up on me, so I ended up making a little hole and draining it out, and so I'm just kind of using this up. As I said, this is a quickie little job, so got to primer it up pretty well, and then we're going to give it a little silver metallic, which is pretty close to this Craftsman color, but since we're doing just about the whole deck, we're going to hit the whole thing, so that'll be the next step. Okay, so I got my top coat on here. This is, you know, it's not an A+ restoration, but I'm trying to shoot for pretty good. I was going to get it covered up. I got a side door here that goes on the tank. The big tank goes in here and stuff. Going to cover up almost all this. Like I said, I took those handles off. This side piece here needs that bracket straightened out. Put that on. So yeah, I could have spent more time really getting doing primer coats and stuff, but this is going to be good enough for what it is. And oh, also too, engine runs. I just took this apart because I was just trying to determine that what exactly it needed. It did run. I ran out the gas, changed the oil already, took the blade off for sharpening. So all that's done. It just has to be kind of buttoned back up, put back together. I might see if I have a better muffler than that to replace that. Pull cord was too short, so I need a new pull cord. And the brake cable was the wrong size. It was actually too long, so when it came down the handle, it kind of looped around here and back and stuff. And that's the reason why the guy said he was getting rid of it, was because the brake cable wasn't releasing, but wherever he got that cable from was wrong. So I got a new, well, I got a used one that'll work. So, all right, catch you in the next step. You can see this wheel I aligned. I took that bracket off here, straightened it out, put it back on, got the wheel back on here. Took the old, kind of rusted up. It's not got any holes in it, but it looks a little rough. I had a better one. swap this muffler. Just basically just twists off. There's threads on it. So couldn't really grab it and get it off. Had to use a pipe wrench. Got it loose. Easy enough. Fortunately, wasn't permanently seized in there, but I did have an extra one of these. I haven't worked on one of these in a little while. Maybe in the last couple of years. Not as common anymore. But anyhow, I notice over here, right in front of this tank, there's a missing, basically like an air deflector. So I happen to have one here from a scrap mower, so that's gonna go on in here, try to help the airflow here on this. So I'm gonna put that one on. It's a little tricky because the bolt is on the bottom, but this one does have this sump that has the little hole in the bottom, so I can get up on the bottom, get the screw in there. So I'll have to tip it up in order to put that on. So ran into a little problem with this one in that the hole is in the sump that you could feed through, but actually when it's mounted onto the deck, you can't, because this part of the deck blocks that. So I guess it's there for at the factory. So I'm gonna have to just try to wing it from the outside here. This is part of the reason why I wanted to put this on, because it's probably all clogged up. Got a chance of overheating here. So I'll clean this out while I can. And so the screw's got to go in here. I'm just going to have to try to finagle my way in there. Just clearing out some of the crud here. Might be able to get to it on the other side. All right, so it's going to go something like that, which is fine, but man, hitting that hole is going to be a little difficult. You're going to do a blade change out on here, actually changing the blade adapter. This one had a broken key. It was on there, pretty much rusted on, so probably wouldn't never have come off anyway, but since I had another one off of a, came to me off of a scrap trash picked mower with the blade adapter and the blade. I'm going to change this out. Clean up this shaft. Just a little sandpaper. Pretty good. Hit this bottom here. Right, so let's move that. It's in. Blade. And this one was a 22-inch, so that's going to work. Just lube this a little bit. Tighten that up. Sixteenths. And this is about 35 foot-pounds, which usually do without a torque wrench. But if I want to use one, that would be about the setting. Good. Height looks right. So it would have been a good idea to lube that a little bit. Let's see, this one has the same little slice in there, so okay, does it go like this? I guess so. Okay, so replaced the broken one with that one. Alright, we're getting there. I'm going to clean up around this flywheel and maybe reset this coil. And then we got to get a pull rope for it, or I should say just replace the pull rope. Okay, so this one here is the final look on this, final restoration. Clean out the tank, new carb gasket in there, deck painted, repainted, front top cover restored. That was kind of faded out plastic. Painted the handle, the whole handle. Replaced the cable here. What I used one I had. The one I had, or it came on here, was too big. Need a new pull rope. Swapped out this side discharge chute. Straighten out this wheel bracket right here. I replaced the muffler with one I had. So let's give this one a start. A lot of work, you know, for this cost mower, but hope you find it as an interesting project. All right. So you can hear that primer. Reprimes. So running like new now. So if you guessed this one, you got it right. You could probably tell the difference in the paint job. If you know your Craftsman colors, Craftsman's aren't really quite that bright of silver. They're kind of more this. But yeah, running good, ready to go. All right, remember to like and subscribe. Thanks.